YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a bit of a fun deck profile for you. I've been messing around with the S-Force archetype from Blazing Vortex. At first I didn't really think anything of them, started pulling them as I was opening my packs. Looked at them more, I love the art, thought it was interesting. They are column-based effects. Any of your opponent's monsters that share a similar column to an S-Force, those S-Force monsters have different effects to go with them. I'll kind of quickly go over the more relevant column effects, but as well as why the pieces are important. Try not to take too long there. This is my first iteration of S-Force. I might try out some other stuff. This is more of a control variant. Took kind of the idea of different control decks that are out there right now, added the S-Force engine in there because it's essentially a quick rank 2 engine, as well as it can tend to spam out monsters as needed. It gets some interesting plays going. I think it can do well in the right hands. I'm not necessarily the right hands, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, stealing some wins here and there. I do kind of want to give it more of a chance and see where I go with it. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. First, we have our combo starter, S-Force Rappa Chiyomaru. This is the reason why you can end up with a rank 2 first turn, as long as it doesn't get stopped. That's kind of the fragility of the deck is in this, but it has a quick effect that you can banish an S-Force monster from your hand, then bounce this, special summon one from the deck. The banish is a cost, so if they do stop it, you lose your monster from your hand, but this does stay on board. Is basically the key to the combo. I will kind of go over that at the end. And then we have 3 S-Force Gravitino, the second part to the combo. When he is special summoned, it lets you add an S-Force card from your deck to your hand, just not himself. Any of your opponent's monsters that share the same column as an S-Force, if they were removed from the field, they are removed from play instead, so pretty cool. Then we have Platina. When Platina is summoned, it lets you special summon a banished S-Force monster, so you can kind of see the synergy there with Chiyomaru, as well as any of your opponent's monsters that share same column as an S-Force, lose 600 attack, does stack, so it can help out sometimes, get you over some decent-sized monsters. Moving to the hand traps, we have what should be 3 Bell. I'm missing a Bell, so I threw in a Skullmeister, gets the job done. 3 Ash Blossom, pretty standard. Don't really need to explain it. Then we have the one of S-Force Orphist. I may put a second one in. It's 1800 level 4 body. Its calm effect is weird. I won't get into that right now. It does have a second effect that when your opponent's monster's effect activates, you can banish a S-Force card from your hand to destroy that card. Doesn't negate, but does destroy it, so pretty nice. It comes in play a couple times, not often, just another body, really. Then we have Nail Shadal Ariel, playing that Shadal engine. Ariel is really cool. It comes in to play a few times. Being able to banish 3 cards is pretty insane. Then we have Ecclesia to search the punishment. I wish I had Nadirs. I might play them in here if you have them and you want to try this build out. I would recommend Nadirs, maybe a second Ecclesia. This is what I got. This is what I'm working with. Like I said, ideally you would have Nadirs to add this. It does help out a lot. But yeah, pretty cool to combo with this if you open this with your standard rank 2. Of course, you can end on your Predaplanet Dragoon this and your punishment, or for some reason, if you say you open the Red Eyes Fusion and you don't go for the hard fusion, you can also end on an IP with this. Then we have our bricks, Dark Magician Red Eyes. Yep. Then we have our 3 S-Force Bridgehead. This is your in-archetype Rhoda. When it's activated, it's a field spell. When it's activated, add an S-Force monster from your deck to your hand. When your opponent battle attacks an S-Force monster in the same column as that monster, you can activate this effect to prevent that monster from being destroyed by battle once. I haven't had that come up yet. Then we have Pot of Prosperity to help dig out our combo pieces. Usually I side this out going second. There's a decent amount of stuff in my extra deck that I'm okay with banishing. A couple of 2-ofs, some stuff I don't even use. Then we have triple tactics talents. Again, reliant on that starting combo or activating specific monster effects. So if your opponent does hand trap you or whatever it may be, this can help you stay in the game. Either, like in my case, once I took the one playable card out of my opponent's hand, allowed me to stay in the game and keep control on the board. Then we have terraforming. It's terraforming when you play a field spell, you need it. Then we have Rhoda to search out the Chiyomaru. That's literally your only target, but you need it. Then we have the Called by the Grave to hope to, have it to help your combo stick. It being at 1, of course, that's kind of sacky. That is what it is. Then we have S-Force Showdown. This one I was unsure of at first. It's a quick play that lets you special summon an S-Force from your hand or add 1 from the grave to hand. Usually you'll search this if you already have the specimen in hand. Comes up every so often because of your Gravitino and Platina being level 5 and 6. If you're stuck with that in hand, you could use this to bring out the Gravitino, search Bridgehead, and still be able to play. Or bring out the Platina and special something back, whatever it may be. It's useful. I'd probably keep it at 1. Then, of course, we have Red Eyes Fusion, Dragoon Turbo. Magical Eyes Fusion, I'm on the fence about. It's my 41st card. I've had it come up a couple times and come in clutch and, do stuff. Might keep it, might take it out, not sure. Usually side it out anyway. We'll see where we go from here. Then we have our traps. 3 Solemn Strike, standard for control build, I feel. Then we have 2 Punishment, of course. Rolls well with the Shadow Engine, help get rid of things. And then we have 2 Dynamiscus. I may take these out. I more often than not end up not really having the card to spare to discard for it. I'd probably play Ice Dragon's Prison if I had them. Currently don't. I may have to pick those up, but we'll see what else I could switch it out for. And then we have S-Force Specimen. This lets you special summon an S-Force monster from your grave or that's banished. If this is in your grave, you can banish it to move your S-Force to a different main monster zone. You can only use 1 effect per turn, so you can't use both of them in the same turn, similar to the Eldritch cards. And finally, we have Shadow Schism. Of course, like I said, playing them Shadow cards, this is kind of necessary. It's come into play a lot. A lot of the times with this deck, I've noticed I'll win with one part of the deck or the other, whether it be the S-Force cards, the Shadow cards, or just Dragoon, right? But that's what it is, Dragoon Turbo, basically. Let's move on to the extra deck. There's some stuff in here that's probably not necessary. A lot of it you can play around with depending on what you see fit, if you try this out. But this is what's been working out for me. So, of course, we have our 1 access code talker. I mean, there's not much to be said about it. There's a few times where it's easy to get it out. Other times, if I know I'm not going to use it, I can banish it off disparity, whatever the case may be. 2 S-Force Justify. I've never used him. A lot of combo builds that I've seen focus on putting him on the board. I mean, his effect is pretty cool. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate it and then move it to a zone it points to. If he battles at the start of the damage step, if he attacks, you can banish everything it points to. So it's basically control, move things, but you get the 1 negate. His first effect kind of got hindered by whatever reason. Any 3 zones it points to, you can't special summon to. Not your opponent, but you. It's kind of sad. Then we have Nightmare Unicorn. IP, generic rank stuff. Like I said before, if you end up not being able to do the Dragoon plays, you have the IP. Phoenix, and then your Verte, of course, for your Dragoon. Almirage, if they stop the Chiyomaru, you can end on Almirage. Then you have your 2 Red Eyes. I guess you could get away with just playing the 1, having a Magical Eyes Fusion. You can play a second. You know. Then I have Starving Venom. I mean, it's a 2800 target for your punishment. I side deck Super Polys, which you'll see soon. It could be anything, I guess, really. Shaddoll Construct, El Shaddoll Opclone, and Winda. Just the main three I feel like you could play with anything that you're running Shaddolls. And then Entis, of course. Could be a second Entis if you need, but otherwise, it's only ever come up once that I could have potentially had the second one. Finally, we'll go on to the side deck. So, side deck, of course, cater to your locals or wherever you're playing. I play 2 Droll, 2 Nib, 2 Lancia, 2 Super Poly, which I love. I might actually find a way to put a third one in here. Then 2 Creature Swap, Harpies, Evenly, and Red Reboot. Mine is full of back row decks, Eldritch, Frogs, and so on and so forth. So that's why I play some of this in my locals. Lastly, I'll just show you the quick combo here that you are hoping to open. It's your Chiyomaru and Gravitino are your main 2 pieces. You have lots of ways to get into it, so it shouldn't be too difficult to open them. Not to say that you will always have it, but it's what you're looking for. So first you summon your Chiyomaru. Chiyomaru's effect will banish the Gravitino from your hand to special the Platina. This will end up in your hand. And then Platina's effect on summon will let you special the Gravitino back. I usually do it in the extra monster zones, just in case, you know, I think those are the optimal zones for these guys. On summon, Gravitino will let you search your specimen. Again, your ideal search if you didn't open it, otherwise grab the quick play showdown. Then from there, you will go ahead and link off into your Verte, pay your 2K, send your Red Eyes, send your Red Eyes, send your Dark Magician, go into your Dragoon, set your Specimen, whatever else you have, or end on your hand traps. You have a free discard for Dragoon. If you don't end up discarding it, you can use it again next turn. You have your Specimen to bring back either your Platina or Gravitino, whichever you need. I usually get Gravitino back on the summon of their monster, put it in the same zone, so if that leaves, it's banished. But that's just basic combo. Again, it's what you want to start with, ideally. Of course, it being a control build, there's not a whole lot of different things you want to do going first outside of, you know, set a bunch of stuff to be able to stop your opponent from playing so you can beat them down, right? Basic things. Anyway, that's it. If you guys have any other questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I will try to keep up with this deck as I do make changes throughout its span, and I play this when I want to take a break from meta. It's fun-ish for, you know, any fun that a control build can be that's Dragoon Turbo, right? Otherwise, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more content.